Okay, so number 3, you are going to see must. Okay, so it is the third modal that we are going to see here. Okay, must is translated into French by devoir. Okay, we can also use falloir, okay, to translate this verb. Now, in English, when do we use must? Okay, so we use must first to express an obligation or a duty. Okay, a duty means un devoir. So, something that is obligatory for you, okay, you are going to use must to express it. Okay, so first, to express, okay, an obligation, okay, or a duty, okay, a duty, okay. An example, peoples must come on time at school. Okay. People must come on time at school. Okay. Les élèves doivent venir à l'heure à l'école. Okay. So you can consider this as an obligation for peoples or as a duty for peoples. Okay. So this is when we can use must. Okay. Another use is that we can use it also to express something that is forbidden. Okay. An interdiction. So, to express an interdiction. Okay, and okay, in this case, okay, we use it in the negative form. Okay, an example, people must not smoke cigarettes in this place. Okay, so in French, for example, we can translate it by, voilà, on ne doit pas fumer, voilà, dans ce lieu. Okay, so it is forbidden. It is an interdiction, okay, to do this kind of things in this place. Okay, to end, we can use also must, okay, to speak about a deduction, okay, something that you suppose, okay, it is true. You can use must to speak about it. Okay, so third, okay, to express a deduction. Okay, an example, Ali is, okay, so to express a deduction, okay, for example, Ali is absent, so he must be sick. Okay, so in French we have Ali est absent, donc il doit être malade. Okay, so I suppose that if he is absent, okay, maybe he is sick. Okay, so we use must, okay, to express also a deduction. Okay, now we are going to see the preterite of must. Okay, so when we want to conjugate must in the simple past, we use had to. Okay, so this is the preterite of must. Okay, so we have had and to, so two words. So had to, the preterite of must. And had to also expresses, okay, an obligation or a duty. Okay, an example, you had, okay, to learn well your lessons. Okay, you had to learn well your lessons. Okay, so this is the preterite of must. Okay, so we have finished now with the meaning of can, must, and may. Okay, we saw when we use can, when we use may, and when we use must. Okay, now we are going to see how we conjugate this verb in the simple feature. Okay, so in B1 we saw the particularities. Okay, in B2, the meaning. So now 3, you are going to see the simple feature of modals. Okay, so we are going to begin with can. Okay, I saw in the particularity that to conjugate this verb in the simple feature form, we use their equivalents. So for can, we have two equivalents. The first one is to be able to. Okay, so this is the first equivalent of can. And the second one is to be capable of. Now, when we use this one, the verb that follows must take ing. Okay, so to be able to and to be capable of plus verb ing. Okay, let's take some examples. Example 1. Okay, Maddie will be able to come here next week. Okay, so here it is can, that I conjugate in the simple feature. I cannot say Maddie will can, so I use its equivalent. So Maddie will be able to now plus the verb. Okay, now let's take an example with the second equivalent. Okay, shall we be capable of doing this job next time? Okay, so when we use this equivalent, your verb must be in the gerund. Okay, we don't say be capable of do, but be capable of doing. Okay, so mind these changes. Okay, so these are the equivalent of can. So learn them, master them, so that you can use them in the simple feature. Okay, number 2. You are going to see may. May also have two equivalents. Okay, the first one is we have to be allowed to. Okay, and the second one is to be permitted to. Okay, so these are the equivalents of may. Okay, to be allowed to and to be permitted to. Okay, an example. Example 1. Mary will be allowed to travel tomorrow. Okay, so we have our subject, the auxiliary of the simple feature, and I take one of the equivalent of may and I conjugate it. So Mary will be allowed to travel tomorrow. Okay, a second example with the second equivalent. Isa want, which is the contracted form of will not. So in the negative form, Isa won't be permitted to stay with us next time. Okay, so this is the way we use, okay, the equivalent of may. So remind that there are to be allowed to and also to be permitted to, okay, for may. Okay, so now we are going to see, okay, the equivalent of must now. Okay, so number 3, you are going to see, okay, the equivalent of must. So 3, must. Okay, must also has 2 equivalents. Okay, we have to be obliged to. Okay, and the next one is to have to. Okay, so these are the equivalent of must. Now, when we want to conjugate it in the simple feature, okay, we are going to use these equivalents. So, example 1, okay, we shall be obliged to respect, okay, the school regulations, okay, next year. Okay, so our sentence is in the simple feature. So I can't use must after shall, so I take one of its equivalent. So we shall be obliged to respect the school regulations next year. Okay. Now another example with to have to. Okay. Children, okay, will not have to stay home alone. Okay. Next Sunday. Okay, children will not have to stay home alone next Sunday. Okay, so you can use either to be obliged to or to have to, okay, to form your simple feature when you have, okay, must to conjugate in this tense. Okay, so we are going to stop here for the modals, okay, after seeing the particularities, the meanings, and also how to conjugate them in the simple feature. Okay, so now I'm going to propose you, okay, an exercise, okay, for your practice.